Cal Kestis is both the perfect protagonist for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, but he is also a perfect protagonist for a Star Wars story as a whole. But why is this? Is it because he's likable? Is it because he's a great actor? Or is it because of his writing? Well, it's actually because of all of this and some more. Cal, from the moment we see him, is extremely likable. But why is this? Well, I'm going to tell you very simply. It's because Cal's character is made incredibly sad. And if you haven't noticed, Star Wars absolutely loves to do this with their protagonists. I mean, for example, Anakin from the prequel series grows up without a dad and a mum who dies when he's very young. Even when Anakin then joined the Order, he would struggle to fit in, leading to him eventually falling to the dark side. They then pull the exact same shit in the original trilogy with Luke being a young boy with no parents and losing his grandparents at an extremely young age. And then guys, guess what? They even do this shit again in the new trilogy with Rey, growing up with, you guessed it, no parents, then being a lone scrapper on a deadly planet having to fend for herself. And Cal is no different in this game. Everyone Cal knows and loves has been murdered in Order 66. He thinks that the death of his master is his fault, and he thinks he's going to have to live out a boring and sad life as a scrapper on a planet that has nothing for him. And this makes him an extremely likable character. And he's likable because we already pity him and feel sad for him. And this is actually a very clever and very easy way to get your audience to like a character quicker. Cosmonaut Variety Hour actually goes into way bigger detail on this in his Harry Potter video, so check him out if you haven't. But basically, when you write a character as sad or as pitiful or as a broken character from the start, your audience will be able to like them and root for them far more easier than if they have to work for it. Even when Cal is given new friends and given a new purpose, he still struggles at many challenges and still fails at many things, so therefore we can still pity him, and therefore it makes him that much better and more likable as a character. For example, throughout Jedi Fallen Order's story, Cal struggles with the dark side, struggles with coming to terms with his master's death, and fails countless times at countless challenges, but this makes him all the more likable. And what makes this even more impressive and even more amazing is that they pull this off in the second game as well as the first. In the second game, he loses even more people, struggles even harder with the dark side, and is betrayed with someone he thinks is one of his closest and bestest friends. And what I'm saying is the writers do an extremely good job at making us, the player, feel incredibly bad for Cal and even pity him, so that we can like him even quicker as a character, and then like him even more in the second game for the exact same reasons. The second reason to why his character is so good is because he is just a really likable character. And what I mean by this is Cal is just really kind to everyone he meets, and he's really helpful. In fact, he'll go out of his way, especially in the second game, to help people when it would directly cause him trouble, and this just makes him even more likable as a person and a character. Star Wars has had a lot of brave and noble characters, and Cal is no different, and to me this is just great because Cal is actually an imperfect Jedi, and to me that makes him that much better. And sure, I mean, don't get me wrong, he may be that perfect Jedi by the end of the third game or the last game, but at the minute he is not, and to me that just makes him so much more human and so much more likable as a character and so much more better. He's great because he has to develop throughout the course of the 2 games, which, to me anyway, just makes him even more likable, because he doesn't start off as a Mary Sue who can do all the Force tricks and can do all the lightsaber tricks and who knows how to fight and who knows how to use the Force and who knows how to do all this shit. No, he has to develop as a character and learn how to do all that stuff himself, which makes him even better because he's more human. But all that being said, he still has some of the great traits that a Jedi has. For example, he is incredibly noble and brave. In fact, sometimes he goes out of his way to help people when it does indirectly hurt him very bad. And Cal has all the core values a Jedi would, but yet he's not a good Jedi yet. But that's not to say he can't become a good one, and that's what makes him so incredible to watch grow and develop and become not only a better Jedi, but a better person, and it overall makes our connection to Cal a lot more stronger. Throughout the course of these 2 games, we watch Cal countlessly succeed, so he can countlessly fail and fail again, so he can get up and pull himself up and succeed once more. In fact, in the 2nd game, they go even deeper into this, making Cal cut away from the Jedi Code even more, making him use a gun and having him find love in that game, 2 things that Jedis were strictly not allowed to do. And in this game, he helps far more people, and it's arguably far more dangerous for him to help these people. And we still see Cal succeed, but then fail and fail and fail. In fact, we see him fail far more in this game than we do the first game, but it makes him that much human, like I said before, and it makes him that much better for not only a Star Wars story, but a story as a whole. Another huge reason to why Cal's character is so perfect in a Star Wars story and in a story as a whole is actually because of his actor. And I don't mean because of his actor's acting and his voice lines and stuff like that, but they are great, don't get me wrong, but because his actor is so on board and so happy to work with the project and work on the game, and is such a huge fan of Star Wars, it helps in ways you would not believe. In fact, Cameron Monaghan, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, actually has a lot of inputs in the story and what his character would do himself to make sure that the writers understand that this is something Cal would or wouldn't do. And trust me, I know, this sounds like I'm just chatting some random shit, but trust me, having someone who's really on board with a project is actually extremely helpful. Look at Heath Ledger, for example. His films and the Batman films wouldn't have been nowhere near as good if he wasn't as involved and as contributed as he did. He himself also just gives a fantastic performance, whether it's actually performing or whether it's lines, and Cameron himself is extremely likable. And why does this make his Star Wars character likable? Well, look at every other Star Wars main protagonist and tell me their real life person isn't more likable than their Star Wars character. Yeah, I thought not. And also, tell me that this man is not Cal Kestis. Point proven. And this truly shows that Cal is the perfect character and protagonist for this story, because his actor couldn't be more perfect and just overall amazing for the role he is in. I mean, there couldn't have been any other actor that would have done it like Cameron has. Cal is an incredible character, and while he's not the most complicated character in gaming history or Star Wars history, he is one that certainly satisfies the Star Wars universe, and he is one with some good depths and has come out as a very strong character throughout these 2 games. I do worry about the next game and what they will do with him. I really hope there only will be 3 games. I feel like they've set it up really nicely for this to be a trilogy, and I feel like going over 3 would just be completely stupid and pointless. Furthermore, with the amount of corporate shitty slop that Disney puts out every month, I'm terrified that they're going to make a live-action TV show. Please, if it means that or his character dying in the 3rd game, I would rather his character die. But that is why Cal's character is so good and so perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and enjoying it. If you did enjoy, please do like and subscribe, and if you didn't enjoy, like and subscribe anyway. 95% of you watching this are not subscribed, so if you've reached it to the end of the video, which, let's face it, you're hearing my beautiful voice right now, so you have, please do make sure to subscribe. Comment down below what you think of Cal and where you think he'll go in the next game. I'm really interested to see. Make sure you like and subscribe, and look forward to more content like this in the future. Thank you guys ever so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Peace. Cameron, oh, for fuck.